Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This one is going to be a little bit shorter than my usual videos, but I wanted to take some time and film the things that I do occasionally when my kids are at school. So if you're new, I have 4 kids. They are 15 down to 5, and my youngest is in preschool. So he is only gone from about 9 a.m. until about noon. But I do have those like 3 hours a day, which honestly, this is the first time in about 15 years that I have had any time without a baby at home. So I feel like that's a lot of time by myself. Kind of never thought I would see the day when all my kids were in school. And so I try to, most of the time, use those 3 hours really productively. I really try to get things done so that when he is at home, I can just focus on him. And, obviously then when the other kids get home, I can focus on all of the things that they need from me, because with 4 kids, there's definitely a lot of needs, whether it's homework, driving them to a practice or a game, doing projects, like there's always something to do. So I try to do what I can while I have the time alone. So on this day, I had taken the kids to school, and then I had run to Home Depot to grab some carpet cleaner and like some stain remover. And when I got back, well, actually while I was out, I vacuumed my car just at the car wash. And so when I came back, I wanted to wipe down the seats really well, because the kids typically don't really eat in the car, but they had definitely been having some snacks, and there were some little handprints in the back. So I grabbed these. I always get these leather wipes at Home Goods. I feel like they have the best selection between Home Goods and Home Depot. Really good selection of cleaning products, which is kind of a weird place that you would think of to buy cleaning products, but they're majorly discounted. And anyway, I love these. I also use them on the leather chairs that we have in the living room. So after I got the car all wiped down and those seats clean, you can see it's 11:53 and they're in the background on my fridge. And so at this point, I had about 10 to 20 minutes until Foster was going to be home. He does ride the bus home, and which honestly, that buys me a little bit more time, and he loves it. So, hey, if I can avoid one car line, I will take it. So he rides the bus. He usually gets home around 12:15-ish or 12:20. So I had a little bit of time to unload the dishwasher, get it reloaded, and then you'll see here in a little bit, I'm going to wrap some birthday gifts, because my now 8-year-old's birthday was just around the corner. So now it is a race against the clock to get some birthday gifts wrapped up before Foster comes home, because I knew if he saw what was in these packages, he would definitely tell Graham. So I was trying to get as much done as I could. I always sit here in the office between like right at noon because Foster can come home anytime between like 12:05 and 12:25. So I always just want to be sitting and waiting so I can see the bus pull up. They bring him right to our driveway, which is amazing. But I never want to like be in the other room and then not see when he pulls up. So wanted to get these wrapped up. It was so hard. It's getting harder and harder to figure out what to buy for our kids for birthdays. We are very blessed. We're really like lucky to have the things that we have, but I feel like our kids kind of get a lot outside of birthdays. So when birthdays come up, we're always like at a loss for what to get them. And Graham, our one who just turned 8, he's so easy and he really never asks for anything. So I honestly got him a lot of things for his birthday that he could just use, like this coat. I got him some snow pants because we live in Ohio. We're in Northeast Ohio, and we moved here a year ago from South Florida. So our kids didn't have any coats at all. We were in an area where it was in the 90s, like every single day year round. And now, as I'm sitting here recording this, it is snowing and it is May 3rd. So it's rough here, but we're trying to make the best of it. So anyway, I got him some snow pants so that we can use those. We love to take them skiing or like snow tubing, actually more than skiing, but so I got him some stuff that he needs for that. My little buddy Foster is home now from preschool, and the first thing that we always do is wash our hands because you guys know preschool and germs and ugh. So he washed his hands. He wanted to have some cereal for a little snack, and I do pack him a lunch every day. I basically just pack him the exact same thing that I'm packing for Graham because I know that next year, whenever he starts kindergarten, he's going to be packing a lunch, and I want him to kind of get in the habit of like opening things and just like planning out his time wisely. So we kind of struggled with that with Graham because he would like get to talking or whatever, and then he would come home and he hadn't eaten any of his lunch, and he was like, I ran out of time. So anyway, we're working on that with Foster ahead of time, and he's actually very capable, very independent. He always has been. So he's able to like open up his stuff in his lunch and finish it. So anyway, made him his snack. Now I'm going to make this lunch for myself. This is one of my favorite things to make. I feel like I'm such a creature of habit when it comes to lunches. And if I don't kind of intentionally have the things on hand that I'm going to use that week for my lunch, which is either this Greek chicken bowl, or a lot of times I will have a strawberry spinach salad. But this was just so good. I was on such a kick of this. So what I do is I cook this wild rice blend that I get at Costco. You can get it anywhere. I cook it in this rice cooker. I will link the rice cooker below. I just got it off Amazon. It's super inexpensive. I think it's probably less than $20, and it's something that we use a couple times a week at least. So it's great because like it'll cook the rice. You don't have to babysit it. When it's done, it just turns on to warm. So a lot of times if I know we're gonna have rice with our dinner, I will turn it on before I go pick up the kids from school. And when I get back, the rice is ready to go. Okay, so I always grab a rotisserie chicken, and I know that there are better options for rotisserie chickens than the one that you get at Costco. I'm sure it has hormones and It's not the greatest quality of chicken, but honestly, it's progress over perfection for us. At the end of the day, I think a rotisserie chicken is a better option than going to Taco Bell for me. And I'm getting some protein, and then my family is getting bone broth, and I feel like that's something that has really saved us this winter. We have been pretty sick. We've gotten strep throat. We've gotten all sorts of different things this winter, but I do think that like when my kids are sick or my husband's sick and I just like can make some nourishing soup with bone broth that I make at home, I always feel like at least I'm doing something to try to, I don't know, strengthen our immunity a little bit. So I make bone broth at least once a week. I just take what's left of the chicken after I cut the chicken breast meat off. I add an onion with the skin on, just chop it up into like fourths, add some garlic. I put in some lemon. I put in this turmeric. This is what I'm putting in right now. I squeeze in a little bit of ginger. And at this time we had some celery and some carrots, so I put that in. If I have it, if not, I just don't worry about that. Then I fill it as close to the top as I can with water and let it simmer on the stove for as long as possible. So I have used it before after, maybe 8 hours, which I'm not even sure if it's technically considered bone broth at that point, because I think that it has to simmer a certain amount of time. But I've also cooked it for like 40 hours, and it's so good, so rich. It tastes delicious. And then we use that to make homemade ramen. We use it in all sorts of different like soups, and we also use it to cook the rice in. So anyway, guys, the video is almost over. I really just wanted to show you how my lunch came together and a little snippet of my day when my kids are at school, and then also a little bit whenever they are home. So I put the rice down. I just kind of make this like a power lunch bowl. So first the rice, and then I add the chicken on top, and then I love cherry tomatoes and some little mini cucumbers. Squeeze some lemon over the top, added feta, and then this Redmond's natural salt is like the best salt. I know salt is salt, but this is really good. I also added some hummus and a few crackers, and yeah, it was delicious. And usually from here, we kind of chill out for about an hour, and then it's time to hop back in the car and start picking up all the other kids, because I have 3 more school pickups at 3 different schools. So always crazy, but I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this gave you like a good lunch idea. If this is something that you would be interested in trying, it's so delicious. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.